was going through my TiVo and I saw that TiVo'd Teen Mom. And I was like, wait a minute, Teen Mom isn't on right now, you know, because they always switch between 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom. So I'm like, Teen Mom isn't on right now. It just went off, you know, a little while ago. So turns out they did a special for the dads and it was called like Teen Dad or whatever. And basically, you know how they did a few weeks ago, they did Being Macy, not a few weeks ago, but a few months ago they did Being Macy, Being Farrah, and Kaylin, and I think it was one other girl, but I can't remember. Well, basically they decided to do the Being Teen Dad or Teen Dad because, you know, we really don't get to see inside of the lives of the guys. We're always seeing the story from the girl's point of view. So I guess they kind of decided to do it and focus more on like the guy side of things. So what they did was they followed Ryan, Joe, and Corey, who are the main guys who are dads within the Teen Mom story. So first off, we have Ryan. Ryan was Macy's baby daddy, and they had their cute little boy together, Bentley, and they've been on the show pretty much since it started. And they were a really cute couple. They didn't work out, you know, they ended up splitting up and going off on their own. So Ryan has basically been living, you know, at home with his parents, and Bentley has came over his house, you know, the parents' house, to basically spend time with him. So he's met this girl now, Shelby, and he's pretty much decided that he's ready to move out. And throughout the episode, we see him kind of struggling with trying to decide if moving in with how did I forget her name that quick? We see throughout the episode him trying to decide if he really wants to move in with Shelby, if it's still a good idea, because his dad, Ryan's dad, is having doubts, and he's like, you know, living together, you know, without a commitment isn't a good idea. I don't think you should do it. And Bentley is like terrified because since, you know, being born, he's pretty much gone back and forth from house to house with Macy, his mom, and he's kind of struggled with having a stable place. So he kind of feels like Ryan's place, you know, his mother's house, his mother and grandfather's house, are pretty much the only place that he has stability. So he's scared about moving. So we just kind of see in Ryan's segment just him struggling with, you know, taking care of Bentley and deciding if he should move in or not with his new girlfriend Shelby, which, to be honest, I don't think that he should. Like, it would probably be, you know, Bentley's probably going to be scared either way, like if Ryan were to move out on his own and get his own place by himself, or if he were to get a place with Shelby, just because, you know, he's a little kid and he's used to that stability. But I don't think it's a good idea for him to move in with Shelby because they've only been dating for, you know, a little while. And it's kind of a scary thing to put a child in the midst of all of that. And, you know, if things aren't to work out with Shelby, because once you're living with someone, it's like a completely different ball game. So I think that they need to kind of take a step back. Maybe if Ryan wants to get a place on his, by himself, you know, that's a good idea. But I don't think it's a good idea for him to, you know, move in with Shelby. It would be different, like if he didn't have Bentley, it'd be a completely different ballgame, because it's like, okay, you know, you want to move in with your girlfriend, cool. But since there's a child involved, you know, Bentley doesn't need any more unstableness as it is. And if they aren't, Shelby and Ryan aren't to pan out, you know, putting a child in the midst of all that is just never a good idea. And then we have Joe. So Joe was with Kaylin, and we know that they were together at first. And then they ended up splitting up. Kaylin is now married. She has another son named Lincoln. And of course they have Isaac together, Joe and Kaylin. And we get to really see in depth about Joe's life. Right now he's really kind of struggling with his parents' divorce. And we kind of see Isaac being adapted to that lifestyle. You know, just things that are going on with, you know, the trials that comes with witnessing a divorce. You know, we see him struggling, like, where's grandpa, grandma, you know, and things like that. And then we really get a good insight into how the relationship is going between Joe and Val. And Val is really struggling with this whole, you know, Joe having another child thing. He loves Joe. She loves Joe. She has completely accepted Isaac as her own. You know, she's taking on a very strong motherly role, you know, because they have their own place now. So whenever Isaac comes to visit Joe, you know, she is essentially his mother for the time being. And we really see her just kind of taking on that motherly role. And then we see the choice that Joe kind of has to make, because Val is envisioning the future. You know, she's a woman, she's a girl. We think about the future versus most guys who just kind of live in it. You know, they just kind of live in the present. They don't really necessarily think about the future. She's thinking about if they're going to get married, if, you know, they're going to have kids, what they're going to be doing as far as work is concerned. You know, she's just trying to kind of see where this whole thing is going. You know, they're already living together, so she's a girl. She's getting anxious. And Joe, we really kind of see him just kind of, you know, tussle between if he even wants to be a father, if he wants to be a father in the future, because he's definitely a father right now. But if he wants to have another kid in the future, if he wants to, you know, get married, if he wants to do these things, like, he knows that he loves Val, but he's just not necessarily sure if, you know, he wants to go ahead and, you know, have kids in the future or get married. And they fight very frequently about this issue. You know, they were seen fighting, you know, several times, and Val's talking about the rock and what type of ring she wants. And, you know, it's just scaring Joe. So we really just kind of see him in the midst of that. And then, you know, with Isaac just kind of trying to comfort Val because he loves her. You can definitely see that's definitely evident. So that's pretty much what we saw in their little segment. And then, of course, we have Corey. And Corey was married to, why can't I not think of her name? Leah. Okay. So, and then of course we see Corey. Now Corey was married to Leah, and they have the two little girls, the twin girls, one that has a dystrophy, and then the other one that's just, you know, a regular child. And we basically see how he's adapting to being married, because he does have a new wife now, Miranda, and just the lifestyle of being a dad, you know, dealing with the two families kind of coming together, you know, Corey kind of adapting to that lifestyle, what kind of boundaries they have set and things of that nature. And we also got a little glance into Miranda and how she feels about being married and taking on, you know, two kids that aren't hers, and just being a stepmom and just things of that nature. I really liked this segment because we really got to see, because we hardly ever get to see anything from Corey. Like, let's just be honest, he'll come on the screen and say a couple of things, and then that's it. He's kind of a quiet guy, at least on camera. But yeah, we got to really see inside their life, and just, you know, him just talking about the two families come together. So overall, I think that the whole little teen dad thing, it was good. I don't know if they're going to do more of this type of thing. What do you guys think? Was it something, if you guys caught it and saw it on MTV, was it something that you enjoyed? You know, would you watch something like this? Like, if they were to do like a teen dad show, would it be something that you would be interested in watching it? I think that it was pretty cool. I thought that, you know, it was interesting to see how they show the moms all this time and then kind of show the dads. Like, maybe they should do more episodes where they do like let's say, you know, it's Kaylin's segment. They do an episode with Kaylin from her point of view, and then the following week they do an episode, you know, with Joe's point of view or something. I don't know. I think that would be pretty cool. So I think overall it was just kind of cool to kind of see like that flipness of it, you know, because the dads have definitely struggled just as much as the moms as far as their whole lifestyles changing and things of that nature. So it's definitely cool to get like a different point of view from the whole Teen Mom thing. Yeah. from the whole Teen Mom thing. So let me know what you guys thought after the drop, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe.